Hi, this is Majinoni, and welcome to another edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Disappointing. Let's take a look at the good. Surprisingly, this is the one book I thought was just going to blow utter chunks, and that is Carnage #1. This is extreme parental advisory. There's some action, not action, but some blood and carnage involved in this issue. Now, hot off the heels of Axis, what we have is Carnage with a severe identity crisis. He knows he's a villain, but he wants to be a superhero, but he just doesn't quite know what to do. So he can recognize, okay, this person over here is trying to do something bad. His first initial impulse is just to kill everybody, but he's like, no, I can't do that. I'm going to kill the bad guy instead. And as you can see, there's just massive violence. And what really drew me to this one as the good was his inner dialogue in trying to figure out his place in his new role. And while we have this going on, we have a new Sin Eater that's going around killing people that sinned. And, obviously these two are going to come head to head at some point in time. Overall, I really, really enjoyed it. The art's okay. It's not great, but there's some good parts to it. And overall, like I said, it was just, I guess you can say it's a nice fresh look at a character doing something that would technically be impossible for them to really do. I realize this is probably short term, and eventually we're going to get back to the Carnage that most of you love. I have a feeling some people are probably going to be like, oh, I can't stand Carnage as a hero, but I'm hoping that the bloodlust that he still kills people will keep you guys in check. But like I said, first issue, I enjoyed it. I think if anything, it's a novelty issue in the sense that, all right, this is great for maybe 10 issues or so. Let's finish the couple storylines, get Carnage back to the way he is, and nor should be, and then we can move on and we can look back and say, hey, that trade on our shelf was really good, and we'll be happy. That is my good. The bad. All right. This was just awful. Basically, while you have the superheroes and supervillains fighting the evil Red Skull, you have a couple side stories. One is Spider-Man, and he's trying to deal with people going crazy, and he's mostly talking to a kid saying, it's not good to beat up on people and try to hurt them, trying to basically try to tell them the good and the bad. And this is written by Hopeless, and the other one is a Doctor Strange story, and that one's written by this guy named Simon Sufurier. But anyways, the Spider-Man story is a story that longtime readers have heard time and time again, and I honestly don't think we needed to see this at all. Then we went to the Doctor Strange storyline, where the evil aggression, agitation is a little bit more influencing this character. He's taking it out on Wong, then he tries to do some good, and then this is basically written as a comedic piece. And okay, as a short comedy thing, okay, yeah, it has its moments. The ending works, but if you look at it as I just spent $4 on an Axis tie-in, and I expect it to have more of a oomph to the Axis storyline. It's not. It's nothing like that at all. That Doctor Strange story is great for a trade. That's it. Spider-Man should never have existed. It was just, like I said, we've seen it all before, and it's like, oh, here comes J. Jonah Jameson trying to beat up on Spider-Man. How many times have we seen that? How many times have we seen Spider-Man taking the high road and then teaching the kid to take the high road instead of going down to Jonah's level? And it's just with the amount of shelf space that is available, with DC and their weeklies, Marvel and then their tie-ins, it's just kind of like, do you need to pollute this even more than what you need, what you have going right now? Because it's just like, it's getting just a little bit too much. And I just wish that these companies would just, for one moment, show pity on us consumers and not just throw this shit out, you know. Save us the $4, you know, for something that matters, you know. All right, the disappointing. It's Batman Eternal. Now, before people get in an uproar on this, for the most part, there's nothing wrong with the issue. Everything is chugging along. We have some resolution going on with the Batwing story. We have the Spectre involved. Things are looking pretty good. We have Arkham Asylum just crumbling. Fantastic artwork. We have some decent story, writing going on. We have this sense of like the urgency with Batman, with Arkham collapsing, and then we get to the end. And the end basically is, now this is a spoiler here, but I gotta put the spoiler out for the disappointment. We have Joker's daughter wrapped herself up with some dynamite, and she's basically threatening to blow herself up because Batman didn't say hello. And I was like, you don't understand the joy that I had, thinking for a second that we will finally be rid of the Joker's daughter and she's going to blow herself up. And then that next second I realized, well, who am I kidding? She's not dying. They're going to force this character on us until some point in time where we go, okay, we finally like this character because you keep throwing her at us, and even though she's completely nonsensical, she's just an add-on to try to make another villain that doesn't quite fit. And, you know, you have this face floating around, so we got to use it for something. Even though you'd figure the face would just be ripped apart by now. But, I don't know. I just know. And then that's when I said, okay, that was my biggest disappointment, knowing that we're still going to be stuck with the Joker's daughter. How about, let's just pretend that she was just a mistake and never see her again. That works. To me, Joker's daughter is that cousin that is such a mess that you don't even acknowledge is a cousin anymore. And you just hope that they just go away. And that's what I just wish DC would do with that character. Oh my God, I've never felt so agitated towards a character ever. Anyways, that is my good, the bad, disappointing. Let me know what you guys thought for your good and your bad and your disappointing was this week. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Like, share, Facebook, Crunchyroll, anime reviews, and I'll have more reviews later. So until next time.